Many believe the Akita's loyalty automatically makes them ideal family guardians. But reality requires a much deeper understanding. This breed's protective nature and strong will demand careful management, especially in homes with children. Originating from Japan as a formidable hunter and guardian, the Akita possesses an innate sense of dignity and courage. These traits, while admirable, are coupled with a powerful prey drive and a territorial instinct. An Akita often views the family's home and its members as their territory to protect. This protective behavior isn't always discerning. An Akita might misinterpret the boisterous, unpredictable play of children as a threat to a family member or to the dog itself. A child's squeal of excitement or a friend's macrestling could trigger a defensive reaction that the dog believes is necessary. The Akita's history as a solitary or pair hunter also influences its social dynamics. Unlike breeds developed to work in large cooperative packs, Akitas can be independent and reserved. They tend to bond deeply with their family but are often aloof and suspicious of strangers. This includes a child's friends who may frequently visit. An Akita may not welcome unfamiliar children into its space and may show signs of stress or warning behaviors that inexperienced individuals, especially children, cannot read. A crucial aspect of Akita temperament is its intolerance for being provoked or handled roughly. Akitas have a very high sense of self-respect and do not typically tolerate the kind of clumsy petting, tail-pulling, or ear-grabbing that a young child might inflict. While other breeds might patiently endure such treatment, an Akita is more likely to react defensively to establish its boundaries. This is not a sign of malice, but a fundamental part of the breed's character. Their reactions are often swift and decisive, which can be dangerous given their size and strength. Because of this, supervision is non-negotiable. An Akita and a child should never be left alone together, regardless of how trustworthy the dog may seem. A responsible adult must always be present and actively monitoring their interactions, ready to intervene. This supervision is necessary to protect both the child from potential harm and the dog from being put in a situation where it feels it must defend itself. A single negative incident can have lasting consequences for the child, the dog, and the entire family. Socialization is paramount for an Akita, and it must begin in puppyhood. From a young age, an Akita should be exposed to a wide variety of sights, sounds, and controlled situations. This includes positive, supervised interactions with well-behaved children of all ages. The goal is to teach the Akita that children, while sometimes unpredictable, are not a threat. Proper socialization helps moderate their protective instincts and builds a foundation of tolerance. However, socialization is not a guarantee of universal friendliness. It is a management tool that helps the dog navigate a human-centric world more calmly. Training is equally important. An Akita must learn and consistently obey commands from all adult family members. This establishes a clear hierarchy where the humans are in control. Training focused on impulse control, such as leave it, stay, and a reliable recall, is vital. This training reinforces that the adult owner is the decision maker, preventing the dog from taking protective matters into its own paws. An Akita that does not respect the commands of its owners is a significant liability in a home with children. Children in the home must also be educated. They need to learn how to interact with a dog respectfully. This means teaching them never to disturb the Akita while it is eating, sleeping, or chewing on a toy. They must understand not to climb on the dog, pull its fur, or corner it. Teaching a child to recognize a dog's warning signals, such as a stiff body, a low growl, or showing the whites of its eyes is a critical life skill that is especially important with a breed like the Akita. Children should be taught to approach the dog calmly and to pet it gently, primarily on the chest or shoulders, avoiding the head and tail. Furthermore, an Akita needs its own designated safe space, such as a crate or a separate room. This is a sanctuary where the dog can retreat when it feels overwhelmed or simply wants to be alone. Children must be taught that this space is strictly off-limits. Respecting the dog's need for personal space is fundamental to a peaceful coexistence and prevents many potential conflicts. When an Akita knows it has a safe place to escape to, it is less likely to feel trapped and forced to react defensively. When considering an Akita for a family with children, the age and maturity of the children are significant factors. Akitas generally do better in homes with older, more predictable children who understand and can consistently follow rules about interacting with a dog. The chaotic energy and lack of impulse control common in toddlers and very young children can be extremely stressful for an Akita. Many breed specialists and rescue organizations will not place an Akita in a home with children under the age of 8 or 10, based on extensive experience with the breed. The Akita's tendency toward same-sex dog aggression also has implications for a family environment. An Akita may not tolerate another dog, particularly one of the same gender, which can complicate visits from friends or family who own dogs. This requires vigilant management during any social gatherings to prevent fights that could inadvertently injure a nearby child. Ultimately, the compatibility of an Akita with children depends less on the dog's inherent nature and more on the commitment and experience of the owners. A successful outcome requires proactive management, consistent training for both dog and child, unwavering supervision, and a deep respect for the breed's unique characteristics. For families who are prepared to meet these significant demands, an Akita can be a loyal and dignified companion. However, for households that cannot provide this level of structure and oversight, choosing a different breed is a more responsible decision.